Hello, today I'm doing a speed paint of my character Jay's new reference sheet. The other day I made a video where I drew all of my characters and I really didn't get a chance to go into detail about Jay, so I decided I'll talk a bit about his character in this video. I've changed things a bit from when I made that video with all of my characters, since that video took me several months to actually finish. To start off, I'll need to explain how the world functions that Jay exists in. Everything is very similar to our world, however, there is one big difference. In this world, people don't just come from one line of evolution. There are multiple that all go back to different species. Over the span of millions of years, many different species evolved to become human. However, this resulted in some of the animalistic genes remaining. Those who have these animalistic genes activated are referred to as humanoids. Humanoids can range from simply having an animal appendage to being full-on anthropomorphic animals. However, they always have human intelligence. Every single person in this world has the humanoid gene, it just isn't active for many. Humanoids being animal-like in nature has led to them being treated extremely poorly for the entirety of history. They are beaten, tortured, and murdered just for something that they have no control over. This means that humanoids will try their best to hide the fact that they are humanoids. However, many are simply unable to do this. As time passed, nothing improved for the humanoids. Typical humans are allowed to do basically whatever they want to someone who is known to be a humanoid. The worst thing that could happen is them getting charged with animal cruelty, however, this is even rare. Now, this is where Jay comes in. He is a bird humanoid. He is able to hide his bird-like features so nobody suspects him of being anything other than entirely human. As I mentioned in my characters video, I've had Jay since I was 12 years old. Plus, he was made for the sake of role-playing. This has caused his character to be a bit scattered since I have a good idea about his personality during different time frames of his life, however, I don't have a solid story for his entire life. For this video, I'll just discuss his life when he's a teenager and when he's a young adult, as that is the time period that he is being drawn for this speed paint. I might make him a reference sheet for other times in his life, so stay tuned for that. By the time Jay is a teenager, he has already spent his entire life pretending to be someone he's not. His mother, thankfully, is also a humanoid, so he doesn't feel entirely alone. However, that only does so much for him. He is so worried about people at school finding out who he really is, so he typically tries to befriend the popular kids in order for them to not question or pick on him. This leads to him getting involved with a lot of bad people most of the time. As a teenager, he let a lot of bad people get away with bad things for the sole purpose of taking attention away from himself. He also has a lot of repressed hatred as a teen. He is extremely angry at the world for being so unjust. He has a strong desire to hurt those who have hurt the innocent, however, he represses this as a teenager. This leads into when he's a young adult. When he's a young adult, he learns of an underground organization known as the Humanoid Justice Association, or the HIJA for short. He immediately joins this organization, as he finally will gain the ability to help those who need it. His job in the organization is to rescue humanoids who have been kidnapped. However, typically the people who kidnap or harm humanoids are quite aggressive, and this usually ends in Jay killing them. The anger and hatred he has felt his entire life finally has an outlet, and he revels in it. For now, that's all I really want to share about this character. I have so many ideas, and I could easily talk about all of the details of his backstory for hours. However, I'm trying to make this into some type of long-form media, such as a novel, so I don't want to give away everything. I'm having a bit of trouble figuring out how to adapt this character into a medium such as a book, since he really is all over the place. Regardless, I hope everyone enjoyed hearing about Jay's character. He is probably one of my favorite OCs I've ever made, and I hope that you like him too. Thank you all so much for watching.